reaction to the result in the end? There must be a bit of frustration around the camp.
Yeah, I think everyone in the changing room was a bit frustrated because I feel like we should win games like that, especially with the amount of pressure we put them under and the amount of chances we had. So yeah, it's a bit frustrated.
A lot of ball down the right-hand side, in particular in that second half, and just didn't quite drop for you.
Yeah, you get games like that where you're creating a lot of chances, but nothing's quite falling for us, and obviously we've got to swallow that pill and take it into Saturday.
Tell me a bit about the partnership down the right-hand side of the pitch at the moment.
Yeah, me and Key, we've always, from last year, we've got on well. We've played well together, and we're just feeding off each other's energy now, and obviously it's working well for us, so we're just going to keep on playing on that.
Yeah, I mean, he likes to come in on his left foot, doesn't he, as well, so that sort of opens the space for you to go outside of him quite often.
Yeah, it's quite a good dynamic because he knows I can get round him and support him, and obviously I trust him enough to go and do his bits inside, so yeah, it's a good partnership. I
suppose the frustration tonight has just been conceding that first goal, isn't it, really? You know, you just got caught out and that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, for us I think we shouldn't concede goals like that ever, but sometimes it does happen in football, and it's how you bounce back and how you take the rest of the game, and I think we reacted well. It just didn't fall for us, so we couldn't get 3 points.
Said to the boss before, I mean, it was all stop-start that second half. I mean, the referee certainly wasn't helping you, but you seem to keep your composure and still trying to play your game.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for us this year. We've kind of worked on, and as the team's maturing, we're kind of, even if we do concede, we know we're going to get chances, and we know we're going to create stuff to win the game. So we just got to carry on till the final whistle, really, and see what happens.
Fans coming back from Harrogate, I think 3 home games to come, that's a real chance to push on. So when you don't win that first of the 3, you can sort of see that they're then thinking about the next one. Can we win that one? Is that part of the disappointment this evening?
Yeah, I think so, because I think for us, when we play at home, we back ourselves to beat anyone here, so it's a bit frustrating. I'm frustrated personally. We feel like we should have won, and it's just it hurts a bit getting a point from how much pressure we put them under, but obviously, like I said, it's a long season. You just got to take the point and carry on to Saturday.
The system's changed. Started the season with the 3 centre backs and hoping yourself and Ethan would get further forward. But conversely, since you've gone to the flat back 4, you seem to be able to get much further forward down the flanks. Is that what you've noticed yourself?
Yeah, a little bit. I think when we changed to it just clicked, and I think there's no point changing something when it's working. And obviously the gaffer noticed that, and that's why he hasn't changed it, and we're feeding off it. We're kind of growing as a team, playing in that shape and working with me and Eve and the wingers, getting the ball wide in overlaps and stuff like that. So I don't see any point in changing what's not fit or what's not broke.
Yeah, and the confidence of Leo Conran and Chris Merry as well in the centre as well, because if you have gone, they fill in the gaps for you.
Yeah, they're 2 great players that clean up stuff for us and cover and track our runners if we get caught out of position a little bit. So yeah, it's 2 players that you can rely on to do a job for you if you get caught out a little bit.
When you see a referee like tonight where perhaps he's setting the bar quite low, that's my words, not yours, but how frustrated do you get on the pitch, and are you in his ear and trying to get him to change things?
I don't know, it depends. Sometimes I'm in the ref's ear, sometimes I'm not. I'm just trying to focus on the game. It does help, obviously, when you're getting stuff and he's making the right decisions. I think when it's making the wrong decisions and you're chasing a game and you've got them under that much pressure, it does get frustrating for the team. But look, you've got to respect what the ref's doing and just try and get goals other ways without the ref's input. So that's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know if you had a very strong penalty appeal in the second half as well. I think it came just after. I think the ball had been dropped to you after the referee stopped play, and then your cross went in, and then I think Daniel got his head to it, and everybody thought it was a handball.
Oh, to be fair, I thought it was a handball as well. Obviously, we need to look back on it and see what actually happened. But like, they're big decisions in games, and whether you get them or don't, some games we'll get them, some games we won't. It's just how you bounce back and go again.
And is it just about yourself? I mean, you'd be frustrated with the referee, a bit of time wasting going on, players falling over. You've just got to get on with it, and it's up to you to score the second goal regardless of what's happening. Yeah,
you rely on them to manage it properly and know if they're time wasting. A lot of teams will come here and try and defend a point, because obviously coming to it and trying to get 3 points is a tough task, and especially with the amount of pressure we had them under. But you just want them to manage it properly, so obviously teams ain't taking a mick.
There was a talk a lot about young players progressing. A lot of young players have come into the squad this season. But as a young player yourself, and certainly in terms of league games, before you came to Tranmere, you don't feel now. But I mean, in terms of league games and experience, I mean, you came here in the same space, didn't you, as them, really? And you're not one of the older players, but you've got a lot more experience now of playing in this division.
Yeah, it's about trying to give my experience to them and give them info on the training pitch and on the pitch. I think that's where my roles changed a little bit from the players we had last year to the players we got this year. So it's a good learning curve for me. Good to help the younger players adapt and try and take my knowledge and experience and give it to them so they can be better and help us get points.
And you're still on that unbeaten run, I mean, you've got yourself from a position where you're near the bottom of the table and now you really are pushing towards the playoffs, so things are going positively at the moment. Yeah,
that's probably the positive thing we can take from today. We haven't stopped that streak of not being beat, so I think we're all just looking forward to Saturday now and trying to put it right here again.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of Carlisle over the next few weeks, aren't you? Because you're drawing them in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah, no. It'll give us a good idea of how they're playing. Obviously, we want to beat them in the league, and then we'll kind of know what they're setting up with in the cup. So it should give us a good idea to go and hopefully beat them again.
And more goals from DC this season?
Hopefully. I'm trying. Obviously, roles changed a bit. I'm a bit deeper and stuff, but that's the aim. Try and get more on the board and try and get more assists.
Yeah, I was chatting with Jordan at the weekend and sort of saying, Daniel got his goal, Jordan's got one now, Ethan's got one as well. You're there as well. There could be a bit of competition going on.
Yeah, we've all got one, so I think it's probably in the favour of the centre backs going up for corners and stuff. But I think me and Eve will probably try and get a few more this year.
Well done tonight, and look forward to 3 points on Saturday.
Thank you.